I departed PEI and entered my third maritime province of Nova Scotia. The first stop was the Joggins Fossil Cliffs, a UNESCO World Heritage Site where there are tons of fossils on the beach and in the museum. The museum is only $5 and well worth it, but the beach is completely free and open to the public anytime. You can just walk on the beach and see fossils in the stones just laying around. This is so cool. There are fossils everywhere. And like some people have found fossils and just put them on a rock so it's a bit more prominent to see, and then you can just touch it. It's so cool. There's so many fossils. The geology is also pretty interesting because you can see the layers of sedimentary rock changing across the length of the beach. I proceeded to Cape Tinecto Provincial Park intending on seeing the Three Sisters rock formation, but there was actually some viewpoints along the way beforehand that were the most interesting. Holy moly. So this used to be called Edenville Harbor, and there used to be a lumber mill, and then they would load lumber onto ships to be sent to Europe. And you can see down there, that's where there's some outlines in the grass. I'm pretty sure that's where there used to be some structures. That's so cool. Here's one sea stack. Alright, here are the Three Sisters. It's pretty cool. This viewpoint's not quite as impressive as I thought it would be. It's because it's set back a bit from the cliff, but it looks like there's some people have gone down to the edge. See if I can get a better view. Alright, so I didn't end up getting a better vantage point to the Three Sisters because I didn't want to hop the fence, and it looked like if I did, I'd get a lot of mosquito bites. The problem with the Three Sisters is that the vantage is not that great because the platform's set back from the edge, and that's probably because there's a risk of coastal erosion on the cliffs. And so I think the solution is that they need to start making cantilevered platforms so that the foundations can still remain back, but that you can shoot the platform out to the edge of the cliff and really get the proper view of the Three Sisters. I think that would have made it a lot better. So I'm trying to get out of the park, and it's telling me to go back the way I came, which is like 12 to 15 kilometers of a gravel road. And the map has another road that's more direct. Instead of going basically up and around the park, I'd go like straight through the park. There's really just a signpost that says Eatonville Campsite Parking, and I went a little like 100 meters down the road, and it's more of a dirt road. So I think I'm gonna go back the way I came, which it sounds like is the actual way into the park, which is wild because it's like a really rough dirt road, or rough gravel road. But the plus side is there was 3 Bailey bridges, and so I should be able to get some good photos at them because it's sunset. So that's what we're gonna do, because the forest road looks like a dirt road that's probably even less maintained, and I'm a bit less comfortable doing that with my lowered element and street tires. These are the times I really wish I had AT tires and a proper lift. I'm not sure if I'm out of the park yet, but I've decided to stop here for the night. I tried going down one road to a beach and it was way too rough, and I knocked the bottom of the car going in and out, and so I'm kind of mad at myself for doing that. And I decided the lighthouse I was going to stay at is an hour's drive away, and I don't really want to do it in the dark because on the way in it was quite a rough road even when it was paved, and there's perfectly good wilderness camping here, so I'm just going to stay here for the night. And we've got this beautiful beach that's got some amazing light on it right now, and I think in the morning, because it's kind of north facing, I'll also get some good photos of the morning. So yeah, plans to stay here for the night. The wind actually woke me up really early, and because it looked like it was going to rain, I headed out. But that was good because then I found this harbor in Advocacy where I finally got pictures of the boats on the ground. I spent the rest of the day in Truro Library backing up my data because my phone is constantly running out of space. But once it closed, I had to go to a Starbucks and sit outside, and it still wasn't enough. I drove late to Burnt Coat Head Park and woke up to an amazing view. So I'm really glad that I got here last night so that I'd be here in the morning. Burnt Head Park is really cool, and it's especially nice right now with the lighting and the tides happen to work out. What's interesting is that there used to be a lighthouse on the flower park, but it wasn't an island until about 90 years ago, when the land between what is now the island and the coast eroded away, and they had a lighthouse up there, but they had to move it once to the coast and then a second time further inland. Another interesting fact about Burnt Head is that, or Burnt Coat Head, is that it is the location of the highest recorded tide, and that's 16.3 meters. I'm trying to make the best of the sun being behind me and my shadow being in the photos. The sandstone is like mudstone, and it's really slippery, and I really don't want to bail. But there is a rainbow just between the island and the flower stone and the coast. There's a rainbow appearing, and that's just fantastic for the photos. I slipped getting up on this rock for some photos that aren't actually that great of a vantage point, and now I have to get back off the rocks, and it's just incredibly slippery. So the best method is to walk on the seaweed. Alright, that was good. I'm almost happy that the lawnmower woke me up so early. Stopped out at the Information Visitor Center and got 2 brochures about pebbles and geology, which are actually really good brochures for identifying rocks and geology around Nova Scotia. So I think they'll be actually quite useful as I go around the province and see rocks, then I can be like, aha, that's what that is. Okay, so it's about 2-hour drive from Burnt Coat Head Park to now I'm at Cape Split Provincial Park, and I'm doing about a 12-kilometer hike there and back along the spit. Trail's pretty flat, so I don't think it should take too long. And there's a few viewpoints on either side of the spit. One trail goes up the one side of the spit, and then I can return back on the other side of the spit. And yeah, the view should be pretty good. It's going to be low tide when I get out there, or just about, just after, I think. And yeah, see how this hike goes. The viewpoints weren't actually that good, but the trail was about an hour there and an hour 15 back. Once I got to the spit though, this happened. I was able to catch up with that couple and give them my congratulations, as well as the video that I shot. They were from Austria. In Kajim-Kujik National Park, there was a man named Todd Labrador building a birch bark canoe.
I don't know if you saw the one at the visitor center.
What is it?
My daughter,
That's a container.
2 grams. Yeah,
Wow.
it's cheap. And when you come in, they had all the chairs and
A finished canoe that he'd made is in the visitor center. An interesting geological formation is the Balancing Rock on Long Island. To get there you have to take a ferry, and I was really excited because it felt like being back in BC. Before I got there though, I took some photos of the harbor and then saw a cool lighthouse on the point. Then I looked at some fish shacks that were some really interesting architectural typologies. I camped at the Balancing Rock, so I saw it at sunset and sunrise the next morning. I thought because it was on the east side it would be better at sunrise, but it was actually better at sunset because the light wasn't as harsh. That night was also the first of 3 nights in a row with clear skies where I could stargaze and look at the Milky Way. I really enjoyed traveling along the Bay of Fundy, seeing the different geology and seeing the tides change. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to help grow the channel. This is St. Anne Catholic Church. It is apparently the largest wooden church in North America. It is quite tall.